The Trump administration, super excellent. Love it. Love it, what they're doing here. They're calling it the Compact for Academic Excellence in Higher Education. It was just leaked. I like it a lot. Now, we all know what has happened to colleges and universities over the past, let's say, I'd say generation or two, 30 years plus, slowly but surely getting worse instead of better when it comes to intellectual conformity. Yeah. Basically, you're all a bunch of leftists. Pretty much what has happened. And again, the Trump administration is using federal dollars, or lack thereof, being able to take them away to force schools to follow law, not so much follow law, but do a better job. Now, the leftists out there are going to yell and they're going to scream and they're going to say, "Hey, look what Trump is doing. Oh, he's breaking this. Can't do this. This is unprecedented." Wrong. The Obama and Biden administrations, from the Journal today, use federal funds to coerce schools to follow their cultural agenda on race, gender, and handling sexual harassment allegations. The latter railroaded the innocent. The main difference between the Biden and Trump efforts is that Biden officials were pushing an open campus door with school officials who agreed with them. Trump officials want to change a culture that is hostile to American principles. Now, basically this, again, they're calling it the Compact for Academic Excellence in Higher Education, offers schools preferential funding if they follow certain rules. Schools that agree to meet the Trump benchmarks would be eligible for multiple positive benefits. I don't know what they are, but multiple positive benefits and substantial and meaningful federal grants. Now, some of the rules here. Universities in the Compact must end the use of race or gender preferences in hiring or admission on campus. That's the law, actually. They're supposed to do that anyway. Embracing so-called institutional neutrality, so schools don't take sides in social and political issues unrelated to the university. Professors can opine in their private capacity, but the history department can't dictate a certain view of, let's say, the Arab-Israel conflict. The memo encourages, now why, again, this is what we should want, a vibrant marketplace of ideas. Again, you can beat that drum over and over and over again. That would be fantastic. Many schools are making efforts to address progressive monoculture, including some of the far left-leaning faculty rosters. University of Texas created a school of civic leadership. Vanderbilt, they've hosted events to emphasize a return to free speech principles. Trump, but they backed off in regards to dictating the faculty hiring. They're going to allow that to schools, but I'm sure they're going to keep an eye on this. One of the things that they put in there, I don't know how they could push this. They want schools to freeze tuition for the next 5 years. They also want to cap the enrollment of international students at 15%. Again, I don't know where that number comes from. Again, you're talking about kids that pay full freight. And again, let's understand that colleges and universities are, like I said, they're hedge funds, they're businesses. They're businesses and they're trying to make as much money as possible. Yeah, they got nonprofit status, but they're businesses. Freezing tuition. Well, again, I've explained this before when it comes to college education. We talked about subsidies last week on the program. Anytime you subsidize anything, the price is going to go up. You want the price of colleges and universities to come down. That's it. Closing down. No more student loans. No more student loans. And you know what you do as well? Let the private sector will fill that void. Okay, sure. But guess what? Kid takes out a student loan. He can discharge it in bankruptcy. See how eager banks are going to be to make student loans. Well, nobody's going to be able to afford to go to school. No, bullshit. Okay, sorry. You know, I listen. Okay, I just did not too long ago, couple years ago, past few years, college tours at my kids, recruiting trips here, there, and everywhere. I've seen some of these dorms and some of these schools. They're like damn Westons, for crying out loud. All right. You make some cutbacks here and there. Oh, I got an idea. Why not get rid of all of the useless administrators that you have that serve no purpose? Yeah, you find ways to bring your costs down. Again, let them price their product because they're a business based upon what people can afford to pay. But I definitely think a step in the right direction as far as reform is concerned. Wouldn't it be nice where, you know, if you're a conservative on campus, you're not going to get shouted down within a classroom and people will say, hey, geez, we're going to listen to your ideas, have a conversation. Again, discourse, getting people to talk to one another. Watchdog on wallstreet.com.